What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another episode of Rare Builds. As you can see on your screen, today's episode we are going to be creating a rebounding skill stretch. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So obviously I made this build at the 5. You can make this at the 4 too, because you still can get the name rebounding skill stretch at the 4 or 5. I went center. I went 6'10" because I was playing around with the heights on these builds. I know everybody's making 7'4"s, but to me, I think the best center builds are going to really be, in between the, smaller centers and the taller centers. So I'm thinking 6'10", 6'11", and, even 7 feet are really going to be the really sweet spots for center this year, in my opinion, especially once we get that first patch update. But again, I went center 6'10". I left my weight at 250, and then for the wingspan, I went down to 6'10". You can play around with this and tweak this to your liking. This is just what I went with for my build. And then for the attributes, I went 84 on the close shot. I went 76 on the driving layup. Went 76 on the driving dunk. For the standing dunk, we went 80 on the standing dunk. And then for the post control, we also went 80 on the post control. For the shooting, we got a 79 midi. 3-ball, we have an 89 3-ball. Which this build obviously can go up to a 91, so do keep that in mind. You can get up to a 91 3-ball with this build, which is nice because that means you can unlock gold shifty shooter as well on this build. So that's pretty dope. For the free throw, I went with a 94 on the free throw. As you guys know, I'm a rec player. Love playing rec. Love playing, pro and 5v5. Any 5v5 mode, I'm there. And I like to always have free throw. One, when you get fouls, those technical fouls, those take fouls or whatever, you will most likely be the one shooting them, as most people skimp out on free throw. And then also just when, somebody got to go to the line at the end of the game, they start fouling and whatnot, you can be the hero. And those free throws adds up. Even if you're having, a bad game, or maybe your man isn't leaving you like that, you can still put some points on the board and get, 3, 4, 5 points here and there. Every time there's a technical free throw, I'm usually the one to end up taking it. And like I said, that adds up over time. You're going to get at least 1 or 2 take fouls, as people always constantly foul after like rebounds and stuff, trying to get steals. And then also, there's always going to be at least 1 defensive 3. I think pretty much every game I play, there's always at least 1 or 2 defensive 3 seconds on each team. So that's another 1 or 2 points that you can add to your total. So that's why I always go with free throw. Obviously, if you only play park and you're never going to come into the rec there, obviously you could skip free throw, or you could just throw like a 70 or something on there. But this is just for my sake, because I like to play 5s. That's just what I like to do. For the playmaking, we do have some decent playmaking on this build. We're going to have a 78 on the pass accuracy. We're going to have a 64 on the ball handle, and then we're going to have 65 speed with ball. For the defense, we're going to have a 79 on the interior defense, 69 on the perimeter, and then we're also going to have 69 for the steal. And then for the block, we're looking at an 82. And you'll see what I mean when we get later on into this build, why I went the attributes that I went with. For rebounding, we're going 83 all around. 83 O board, 83 D board, just so that we're well rounded. We'll be able to sneak in there and get some O boards here and there, and we'll also be able to get some defensive rebounds as well too. And then for the physicals, we're looking at a 74 speed, we're looking at a 67 agility, we're looking at a 79 strength, and then we're just going to max out the vertical, getting us a 79 vertical as well too. So this is what the build looks like attribute wise, which is pretty well rounded. You have finishing, you have really good shooting, you can space the floor from the mid range, from the 3. You have some post control, you got standing and driving dunk, you can catch alley-oops, you can use the dunk meter, catch, contact dunks as far as in traffic goes. You have close shots, so you can, go crazy down low with hook shots, posting and whatnot. You know, with the post control, you got post badges, post powerhouse, post up poet, hook shot. You got unpluckable. You got some decent passing on your build, and you also have some really decent defense. You know, interior defense. You have some perimeter defense. You got some steal. You got some blocks. All that good stuff. Pretty decent rebounding. And then you also have pretty good physicals that's going to let you keep up with getting up and down on the court and whatnot. Now, obviously, we create our build. You'll see the shades of. We see Karl Anthony Towns. We see 2012, 2013 Chris Bosh. And then we also see Nikola Jokic, which is nice. Rebounding, skill stretch, go-to badges, set shot specialist, pogo stick, silver limitless range. Our top attributes are free throw, three-point shot, and close shot. Our strengths are efficient from deep for his size. Weaknesses, no big weaknesses to report. Again, like I said, this is a well-rounded build. You can pretty much do it all. So it doesn't even have any big weaknesses because you're so well-rounded. You really are a skilled stretch that can also rebound. But we're not going to stop there. I'm going to hit advance. You guys see I have rebirth and whatnot, but I'm going to skip all of this because what I want you to see is I want you to see the full potential of this build. So I'm going to skip all of this and I'm going to just show you guys the cap breakers because I do have cap breakers on this build or whatever. You can get cap breakers. So I have 3 cap breakers available, which means I'll be able to show you guys the cap breakers for a build like this. So let's hop in here and look at what we can do. Now, +5 can get you up to a 94 close shot on this build, which is pretty nice. If you want to go heavy on the finishing, you can, you know, actually get some pretty decent finishing on this build. You can get a 94 close shot. +5 will give you a 89 layup on this build. +5 will get you an 86 driving dunk on this build. +5 will get you an 85 standing dunk, which I really wouldn't recommend. I would probably just go +1 or +2 for the rise up badge, but that's pretty much it. +5 will also get you a 92 post control. So if you really want to go crazy down low in the post, really play back to basket, if that's more so your bag, you can do that as well. When it comes to shooting, one cap breaker will get you to a 91-3. You know, like I said, for that gold shifty shooter. Then now you have your max +1s, max +2s, whether you want to go legend shifty shooter, whether you want to go Hall of Fame shifty shooter, or you want to stay gold shifty shooter, you have the ability to do that. Mid-range +5 will get you an 89 midi. So now you have some more badges or whatever, or really I should say you already have those badges with your 3-ball, but you have a bigger window is really what I mean for like shooting moving midi shots and whatnot, because you're going +10 on this with that +5. And then for the ball handle, +3, right, because you're capped at 3 cap breakers, +3 to your 64 will get you a 78 ball handle. You're getting a whole +14 attributes there for just 3 cap breakers, which is why I skimped on the ball handle just to get us a little bit more, you know, for our cap breakers and whatnot. And then, of course, for the defense, +3 will get you that 82 interior defense that people like to go, or you can go a little bit higher, you know, if you want. That's up to you. +1 cap breaker will get you a 73 steal. And then, of course, we have like what, 5, 9, 10. You could get to a whole 79 perimeter defense for 3 cap breakers if that's what you want to do as far as like playing defense on the perimeter. Personally, for me, I would probably go driving dunk, driving layup, and then I would put everything else on interior defense, perimeter, and then also rebounding, because you know you do have you're a little bit on the lower side of rebounding, but you still have silver badges. You throw your D board up +5 to an 88 D board with silver. You throw a +1 or +2 on there, 88 D board with Hall of Fame rebound chaser. You're gonna be able to hold your own down there. You know, you're not looking too bad. You know, and then finally, you know, we have the physicals, which, you know, obviously you could just throw +5 or +5 for your strength or your vertical. So this build, in my opinion, this isn't even taking into consideration, you know, your build specialization cap breakers and your max +1s and +2s for that specialization, as well as crew and all of those things like that. So, you know, you can really bolster this build down as far as defense and rebounding, because to me that's the real only true weakness, is that you have on the lower side of rebounding. But again, max plus ones, max plus twos, cap breakers, you can easily turn that slight weakness into, you know, again, no weakness. And then again, you can cap break it to a 91 three ball, meaning that with plus ones, plus twos, you're looking at a minimum of legend set shot, right? Because you got enough to get gold set shot. So max plus two that, you're looking at legend set shot. And at a minimum, you're looking at gold Hall of Fame Deadeye, gold Limitless, or gold Shifty Shooter. And that's at a minimum. Obviously, you can max plus one or two that and get up to those Hall of Fame levels for those badges too, which is more than enough to be an elite shooter. So your only real focus would be, again, bolstering your defense and your rebounding, which with cap breakers, plus ones, plus twos, build specialization, that isn't an issue at all with a build like this. So there you have it. This is my rebounding skilled stretch build for NBA 2K26. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K26 content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.